Hey everyone, welcome to MT Guitar. Today we're doing Rockin' Me by Steve Miller Band. Besides being one of my dad's favorite bands, it's also a band that one of my former guitar teachers, Keith Allen, played for in the early 90s. I always imagined what it would have been like to to have that kind of gig, and so he would tell me about it from time to time. But Steve Miller Band has a lot of straight rock and roll pop kind of hits, and this is no exception. This is actually just a great lesson in sort of down strumming rock and roll, bar chord, power chord heavy kind of techniques. So we'll cover that as well as just the standard groove, and it's really easy for a beginner even just to get this going. What would be a little more intermediate would be the intro, with the more rhythmic stuff. But this move right here is really good to know because it some call it a chord that, like the Hendrix chord or a Hendrix type chord, like the Wind Cries Mary. So that is a first inversion triad right there. And so when the song goes like, that's a technique that is a really good one to learn. So, it's beginner, but it's also really a lot of crucial riffs that are not too difficult. So we'll jump on in. There'll be a tab for this in the Patreon, as always. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and the thumbs up. Let's jump on in. All right, so this song really is just a classic 3-chord song, 1, 4, 5 chords. So before we even jump into the intro, which is a little more detailed, really you can start playing this song right away, which is some nice power chords with just a nice downbeat groove. And you can't skip this. I mean, if you're learning guitar, you have to address just the straight rock and roll style of straight eighths, bar chords, and then with blues, you get that also with the shuffle, So that's a slight variation rhythmically, but it's a similar thing. So rock and roll would just be a little bit sped up from blues with a straight eighth feel. If you don't know what that means necessarily, what I'm saying is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and nothing like 1 and 2 and 3. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, is that blues and rock and roll are doing very, very similar things in many ways with a slight rhythmic change. But they both use the 1, 4, 5 chords very heavily, as well as, power chords and stuff like that. So on the verse and the chorus are exactly the same. So we'll start with that, and we'll breeze through it. I have a slight variation on the chorus according to the studio recording, but you could just play what you're doing on the verse on the chorus if you want. So the verse would be just B5. So that's 2, 4, 4. You could also play it here, 7, 9, 9. So I'll leave it up to you. They're both exactly the same. One has a slightly warmer feeling up here. But on acoustic, sometimes it's nice to be a little more open. So it's up to you. So we're going to do 2 bars of B5. Just down, down each time. Okay? So that would be 16 downs if you wanted to count it out, but you could also just think 2 bars of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in A5, and I recommend just barring the 4th and 3rd strings and not strumming anything below that. 2 bars. Now E5, just move your index finger up to, 2nd fret, 5th and 4th strings. 2 bars. Back to B5. So let's take the entire verse. Well, I've been trying real hard and I'm looking for a job, but it just keeps getting tougher every day. I'm gonna do my part, cause I know in my heart I gotta be my baby, yeah. Okay, then that repeats. So really, that's the verse. You could do that for the chorus. Me baby, keep on rocking me baby. But we're gonna add a little bit of blues bass kind of thing, which one of the guitars in the studio is doing. So that would be that kind of thing. It's a little bit of a stretch on the B, but that's also a good thing to be able to do, because you see that in blues as well. So that would be, instead of pinky on the 4th fret 3rd string, we're just going to only do 5th and 4th strings, still a B5, just no octave on top, and we're going to go to the 6th degree of the B scale there with the pinky on the 6th fret. So we'll do every 3rd down strum, or every 2nd and 4th beat. So be 1, 2, 3, and then go back. So you just keep repeating that pattern. Okay, rockin' me, baby, keep on. Okay, we're gonna repeat that pattern for the A5 and E5. So here's the A5, and on the 3rd down strum of, of every 4 strums, we're gonna go to the 4th fret 4th string, right? So same thing on E. Keep on. Same thing with B. All right? Yeah. And that's actually the entire song, minus the intro and interlude, right? So we're gonna do that now. Okay, you don't have to do it fast, when you're learning it, because it's a little bit tricky to just start right away. So we're going to do it nice and slow here. So the intro / interlude starts with a A5, and we actually do want to be up the neck on this one. So you're going to do down up really quickly as a pickup, and then B5, so up 2 frets, and then you're going to go down and slide it down. So that's like that. Now, a quick B5, and then just go down a string to E5, down up, back to B5, slide it down. So let's cover that. Like that, a little slower. Good, we're ready for our riff. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to happen 5 times, but it's really not too bad. So we're going to bar the 9th fret, 5th, 4th, 3rd strings, and you're going to be kind of liberal with your pick. You're welcome to just hit all 3 strings on the first time here. Hammer on to 11th fret, and then you hit the 4th and 3rd strings. So hit the. I would recommend hitting the 5th and 4th strings, hammer on, then hit the 4th and 3rd strings if you want to be accurate. And you're going to do it 5 times. You don't have to do it fast. Let's do it nice and slow. Hammer, 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 hammer. And that's 5 times. A little quicker. And then you go back to your B5 slide. And that's the pattern. So let's do that nice and slow. That happens 3 times total on the intro, and then twice on the interlude. So here we go, nice and slow. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Slide it down. Here's the riff. And slide it down. Let's repeat it. Slide it down. Nice, here comes the riff. And then we go into, it's like a pre-verse, kind of interesting. It's like a pre-verse riff here. So that would be nice little pentatonic riff here. 2 on the 6th string to 5 to the 5th string 2. That's the 5 flat 7 1 of B, by the way. Nice minor pentatonic riff. Then 5th fret 5th string with a little vibrato. Then you go 5 2. You do that twice, so it's nice and slow. Again. Okay, then you're into the verse. So all all down strums. Very important, because if you do this, it becomes a different feeling. So songs like that, you want to make sure you're doing all downs and you're getting a nice even rock and roll groove. There you go. Hopefully that makes sense, and enjoy. Well done, everybody. Go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Looking forward to seeing you next lesson. Bye.